Well, it is Trending Thursday here at KMIR, and today we're talking about how an increasing number of Americans won't sweat over cooking a Thanksgiving turkey at home this year. The trend of dining out on the holiday may be more steeped in tradition than you think. Karen Kafia explains.
Flour, egg wash, Parmesan.
It's not just home kitchens buzzing with Thanksgiving activity anymore. Restaurants will be slightly busier this year.
We have our green beans, some roast potatoes.
15 million Americans will leave the entire Thanksgiving meal to restaurant professionals. Everything from the cooking to the dishes. An increase of 1 million since 2011, according to the National Restaurant Association. It's an idea that makes sense to author Rick Brown, who recently crisscrossed the country to dig into the nation's history of dining out. He found the restaurants with the greatest longevity shared something besides good food.
They're not just somebody that walks in the door, they're feeding. They have relationships with them, so you feel like you've come home when you come to the restaurant.
Each stop in Brown's book, A Century of Restaurants, is at least 100 years old, like Washington's Old Ebbitt Grill, among the restaurants that will open its doors and its kitchen on Thanksgiving Day.
Meals are togetherness, and today, with the nuclear families we have, that happens less and less. And with kids having their cell phones and having activity, they're not around a lot for mealtime. So that's why Christmas and Easter and Thanksgiving are so special.
Making the day less about who cooks the meal and more about sharing it.
All right, yes, that is definitely a trend starting. Who wants to deal with dishes? So you figure, hey, let's go out. I wonder if it costs roughly the same thing to prepare a meal and to eat out. Probably does. Things are expensive these days. Switching gears just a little bit, all over the nation, families are taking to the skies to visit loved ones in time for Turkey Day, and thousands of them are stopping at the world's busiest airport. That's Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Passengers there took a moment to say where they're headed and their best stories from the airport. Check it out.
To Memphis, Tennessee.
Columbia, South Carolina.
New Jersey.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Edmonton, Canada.
I just flew in from Boston via London, via Ireland.
I'm coming from Frankfurt, going to Baton Rouge to visit my mother.
I'm coming from Washington, D.C. I'm heading to Minneapolis. I'm going to go see my brand new grandson, who was born just 36 hours ago to my little boy, and we're on our way to see him.
Most shocking thing I've ever seen.
I had somebody try to get in the cockpit. I was able to calm her down and talk to her and bring her away from the front door of the cockpit.
Someone tried going through security with a fully oiled and fueled chainsaw, so that was weird.
I saw somebody coming through the airport in their wedding dress. Complete wedding party.
I just saw a small child wander around a few gates with a large suitcase, and no one claimed him.
Have you ever caught somebody doing the mile high? I just knocked on the door and said that's not allowed.
I never have anything eventful happen. This actually, speaking to CNN, is the most eventful thing that's happened to me in the airport.
Very report about an airport.
Looking at all the different people.
Kind of like people watching.
I enjoy going through all the duty-free shops.
I kind of like how they're like a little microcosm of an independent city.
I actually love coming to the airport. We always meet new people.
That's about it.
That made me a little jealous. I wish I could be traveling to visit my sister or my family back in Jersey, but I'm working today. I am getting out of town, though. I'm going to LA after the show, so that's kind of exciting. 41 past the hour. Coming up after the break. Is your Thanksgiving feast ready? If not, we have just the answer live in studio coming up after the break. But first, we're going to take a look outside for your Thanksgiving weather. You're watching KMIR Today.